Alright, what's going on guys, it's Rez. In this video I want to talk about how I got a 3-minute Amara kill on the new raid boss. No, that is not clickbait or anything, that is serious. I know a lot of people are struggling the most with Amara, normally around 5, 6, 7 minute clears if you're using weapons, or even longer depending on your build. So I hope this can help all of you out and show you what you can run if you're trying to farm the raid boss really fast and keep repeating this over and over again. Now I will say the gameplay you're seeing in the background, the time can be better. As you see, I do go down at one point, and sometimes the RNG just isn't in your favor and the ball just won't do anything. But I'm going to explain how you can actually make the ball more consistent as well. But starting off with the gear, I'm running a Psycho Stabber and a Face Puncher. The Psycho Stabber is to buff the damage of the Phase Flare as much as possible. It has a 390 anoint on it, but you can run pretty much anything you want. But if you don't know, the more you melee Phase Flare, the more damage it gets. So you try to melee it a lot to get that damage stacked up, so then the ball will hit the raid boss. Now you can't melee the ball to the raid boss and expect it to do damage, just what I'm saying. Sometimes the RNG of it literally just makes it so you don't do any damage whatsoever. And then sometimes it actually does do damage. As you see in one part of the kill, when I melee towards the raid boss, he actually does damage, but sometimes you do that, it's not going to do anything. So what I like to do is actually run up towards the boss and pull the Phase Flare to me, and then the AoE of the Phase Flare is actually hitting the boss instead of like the ball going under the boss. And it almost seems like the boss just holds the ball for some reason. But if you do, you go up to the enemy, pull it to you, then it's not going to be anywhere near it, and it's just the AoE itself is killing it. And if you have the damage stacked up, it's going to do a lot of damage to that enemy. And you might be thinking, well, if you're right beside the boss, how are you going to be living? That's what the Face Puncher is for. I'm not actually using the Face Puncher to do any damage. If you do go down, it is a good weapon to get back up. But my artifact I'm running is actually a Knife Drain artifact with White Elephant on it to help me get up. But the Knife Drain is simply just going to heal you constantly. You just shoot the Face Puncher once, you're at max health. You're not going to have sustainment with the build I'm running, so this is the way of keeping you alive. Another thing I have is actually a Hot Spring, which is not needed, but this is the grenade where you throw it on the ground and it heals you. The main thing is I have the anoint on it. When you throw your grenade, you get more weapon, grenade, and action skill damage. So that means your Phase Flare is going to do even more damage, which is good. Plus, if you do have a Hot Spring, it will heal you on top of the Face Puncher healing you, so it's just adds a little bit more survivability. The shield, you can honestly run anything you want to. I like running the Plus Ultra just because it gives you that huge health bump. On mine, I don't even have a specific anoint that really helps this. I have on axe clean to get bonus incendiary damage, so it's not even really helping this whatsoever, because obviously the Face Flare does all its damage while it's active, not when it's ended. So if you want to run something like a level 1 Brawler Ward to increase your melee damage even more, you can. It's just whatever you want to. And then for the class mod, I'm actually running a Breaker class mod with 5 in Jab Cross, and that's going to equal to 10 because I put 5 points in it as well. I know Jab Cross is kind of a random skill, nobody ever really uses it, but with Phase Flare, you're getting 150% bonus axe skill damage, and since you're healing with the Knife Drain and the Face Puncher, you're also proccing Jab Cross, because whenever you melee somebody, you get this gun damage and axe skill damage, but you don't really worry about the gun damage of this. But you're getting 150% damage all the time with Phase Flare, on top of the melee damage increasing the Phase Flare, and you're healing all the time since you're shooting the Face Puncher, and you're gonna be able to get this damage stacked up without you dying and just absolutely melt the raid boss if it does line up properly. And I'm saying, like, you need to pull it towards you when you're near them instead of trying to hit it at them. I've done this so many times to where I've tried to hit it and the ball just does absolutely nothing. So if there's one thing you take away from this video, is to always run up to the boss and pull the ball to you, because you're going to do way more damage. But this is the skill trees I'm running. I'll just show it on the screen really quick if you want to pause it and copy everything down. The only main skill that really matters the most in this is just Jab Cross. Mindfulness works really well since you're going to be taking a lot of damage. You're going to be just running around a lot. You can move faster and dodge a lot of the raid boss attacks. Plus, any splash damage bonus is also good. But the main thing is you need to get 5 in a Jab Cross, plus the additional of whatever you can get with the Breaker class mod, because that's going to be where a lot of your damage comes from. Personally, I don't like running Fire Center if I'm running Phase Flare, because most of the time when I use it with the increased melee range, you just tend to just go through the ball and not hit it. I know you get 100% more melee damage, but I personally just prefer to not run that. But if you can work around it and you like Fire Center, definitely put 1 point in it to get that extra damage. But honestly, you don't really need it, and it just makes the quality of life so much easier. Stuff like Clear the Mind also does help with this. If you have a corrosion on a Varkit. There's another thing the Phase Flare can do, is you kind of use it as a shield, because any Varkits that fly towards you, or even when he does his attack that shoots all those whatever things at you, I don't even know what he shoots at you, but it actually blocks all that and you won't take any damage, which is also really good. And with Clear the Mind, you can just kill anything if you have corrosion active, because at some point you might actually have to swap from corrosion to incendiary after you take all the armor off. I would recommend swapping to incendiary, obviously, even if you have Clear the Mind proc. It just makes life so much easier. But if you want to be the Chad and just keep corrosive on, you can do that as well. But yeah, honestly, that's about it. I feel like the gameplay speaks for itself. Just be sure to always keep healing with the face puncher. Always throw your grenade to get that bonus damage. Since you're healing with the face puncher, you're getting the axe skill damage from jab cross. Make sure you melee in the ball. I think you get up to 5 melees, I'm sure, before it blows up. So be sure to, you know, stop around 3 or 4, then put your damage on the boss, and you can just start farming this like crazy. This is what I've been doing. Like I said, 3 minutes is a pretty good time. This could be a little bit better if it's literal perfect RNG. Sometimes it might take 4 minutes if your phase flare just doesn't want to work properly, but still, this is by far the fastest way I found on Amara. So I hope you guys can run this and you can start getting some fast clears as well. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to be posting more director's cut content, so stick around for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.